Good morning, everyone. Suzanne Taylor King here for week 5 of the Quantum Jump Your Client Attraction. I am going to share this into my incredible Facebook group, the Idea Lab for Entrepreneurs. If you're not there, get in there because there's so much value and so many amazing people joining every single day. I'm going to knock your socks off with this training today. I'm not going to lie. This is really one of the most incredible live streams I've ever put together for you. And while we're waiting for some people to hop on live, I want to just share that if you want more of this every Monday, you gotta let me know in the comments. Let me know that the past 5 weeks have been absolutely incredible for you. And if you didn't know, my paying members inside the expansion lab, your next steps to success with me, um, are really benefiting from this content as well. So my paying members get a workshop every month, plus all kinds of incredible calls. If you're curious about that, I will drop a link in the comments and you can come as a guest and check us out. Hey, Cheryl. Hey, Sherry. Great to see you. Thanks for joining. All right, let's get started. Magnetic offers. This is really the key with, and I'm not going to talk offer creation today. Your offer is good. Your offer is valuable. The key here is having your ideal client understand. So, this is where they go from talking about what you do to actually saying, I need to work with her or him. And it's actually a faster path to yes, which we all like that, right? So, my purpose today is to have you write a sales message that feels aligned and doesn't require chasing. Let me get a hand raise in the comments for that. Learn how to create video, written, and email content that attracts attention. And lesson, I'm doing it right now. I'm demonstrating what I'm going to teach you today. So I love that as well. You're also going to build that energetic clarity today about what you're really offering. And I'm here to tell you it's not the modules, it's not the chapters, it's not any of that. It's the transformation that your client receives after purchasing that. Plus, stick around today until the end or come back and watch the replay. And I am going to drop the Easter present. I am going to drop the Easter basket or the egg or something, the golden egg. The golden egg. I like that. No script. So I didn't have that planned, but I am going to drop this massive prompt that you can customize and use in Google Gemini Deep Research or Chat GPT Deep Research mode. And this prompt will have you generating ideal prospects that you can then go out on social media and connect with. So if you're super excited for that, let me know in the comments that you're excited for that prompt. All right, let's break down step 1, the video sales letter, or otherwise known as VSL. What does that look like? Let's start with video because this can be used for video, reels, Instagram, stories. The same structure applies. And I would argue that the same structure applies for your written content as well. So get your pen. These are the steps. And no matter what you're creating on social media, a training, a video, like I said, a reel, even a written post, they need to have these parts. Number 1, pattern it, interrupt. Open with a bold truth or a pain point example like this. Let me guess. You've tried 14 different content strategies and you're still not signing clients. Watch this training that I'm doing, right? You see, golden egg, please. Here we go. Number one, pattern interrupt. You have to interrupt the scroll. They call it hooks, they call it headlines, but you have to interrupt what that person is unconsciously doing on social media. And what are they unconsciously doing? They're scrolling. So you have to interrupt that. Number two, you have to have a clear promise. In this training today, I'm going to teach you blah, blah, blah. Proof, stats, statistics, testimonials, or lived results. My coach, Dan Henry, has done such an amazing job teaching me how to teach what I'm actually doing. And to me, that makes all the difference in the world. And that proof is with my paying clients. That proof is in the testimonials. The proof is in the LinkedIn kind words and also the results from my community members. So, proof is really key. If you don't have proof, let me tell you what to do. If you don't have proof, you're just starting out, or maybe you haven't worked with enough people to have more than a couple testimonials. Go out there and work for free or for a reduced rate, do a beta test program, something to get that proof. Number four, story. You have to have a good story. And don't worry, I have a workshop coming up next month. It's a 3-dayer and it's all about stories, storytelling with AI's help. And you're going to love this one. So, this brief version of how you figured out what you're doing has to be included. Uh, Number three was proof, Sherry. So, number one, pattern interrupt. Two, clear promise. Three, proof. Four, story. Five, solution. You don't offer your solution till step five. Then, how about the objections? I don't overcome objections. I don't know about you, but you can absolutely say something like, look, I get it. You failed hiring coaches before. Look, I get it. You failed joining networking groups or communities before. This is why this is different. Okay. Even if you failed at X before, this is why this is different. You have to be different. You have to stand out. Number seven, your call to action. Comment below, join today, buy now, whatever your call to action is. And listen, don't leave the call to actions just for purchasing things from you. Leave the call to actions to motivate people to take that next step, to subscribe, to comment, tell people what to do all the time. Yes, thank you, Gordon. All right, so I want you to think about the first one or two lines of your own video sales letter. Think about what it would say. Drop them in the chat when you're ready. What are the first one or two lines? That's number one. That's the pattern interrupt. You need a hook. You need a bold truth. You need something polarizing. If you need examples, go to my personal page on Facebook and scroll through some of the story posts. They all start off with something that makes you go, huh? What? Huh? What? Or interrupt that pattern of your ideal client. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for hopping on. All right. So think about what that is for you. Make every post, every video start with something bold. Start with that hook. And ChatGPT can help you with this if you're stuck. Tired of spending hours cut and pasting. Yes. Yes. Good. I know you're cutting and pasting would be even bolder. Hey, look. Hey, you. I know you're cutting and pasting. amazing hook, bolder, more aggressive, right? You're eliminating the ones who aren't doing that, which is perfect. All right, now here's the real juicy part of today's training is the magic lantern technique. This is how we shine a spotlight with our storytelling. This is because people really don't buy information. They don't. Information is free. It's out there on the internet. And if you don't believe me, go search YouTube for what you do. Honestly, go search YouTube for what you do and the transformation, that you provide or the information that you give out. And I guarantee you'll find a lot of information. And so people aren't buying and looking for information. They're looking for transformation. Make them different, right? So I'm going to grab this worksheet for you. Hold on one second. Let me copy this. And I'm going to hop into Facebook and put this in the chat. Hold on. I'm going to drop this right now, right in the Idea Lab for Entrepreneurs. So if you're watching me live on my personal page, you got to be in the Facebook group to get these good little nuggets that I'm dropping. So I'm dropping a Google Sheet in the chat. And that is your Magic Lantern worksheet. Magic Lantern worksheet. Here's how you use it. And what I love about this is it will really give you not only a framework to follow, but it's really a cool activity. And you can do this repeatedly. So you're going to visualize the 3 parts of your transformation on this worksheet. You're going to visualize the pain, what they are struggling with right now. You're going to also visualize your offer and how it fits into that. And then the transformation, their dream outcome, not yours, not your dream outcome, their dream outcome. And if you haven't yet had 100 clients, you really don't know them well enough. So we have to really do the research here to put quality information out there. And this visualization technique or this journaling technique on that worksheet actually works because it helps people see themselves as the hero of their own journey. I know you've heard that before. You're just holding the lantern or the spotlight, which is how we want people to feel about us, right? Like, I hope that makes sense. I hope you're getting and understanding how much that makes sense, right? And when people see themselves as the hero, I can do this, I can take action in my own business or my own life. That's when you actually can connect with people at a deeper level and get them to the transformation. You're just holding that lantern. So, what you're going to do is take 2 or 3 minutes to sketch out that journey of your ideal client. I also will be dropping in the Facebook group in the comments after this video is over my customer journey GPT. And that custom GPT can help you map out your customer journey. And that's something typically I do with my one-on-one clients. And I had Sherry create this amazing GPT for me. Thank you, Sherry. So you can easily map out that journey for you. And what becomes possible? You could see your signature method or process. You could also see how it's different from what other people do. And I would encourage you to draw it out in a journal or a whiteboard and really go through this section and spend some time there. All right, let's get to section 3, emails that make a difference. So many of you unsubscribe from things all the time, right? Yeah, I know I do. And when I am curating my own inbox, I want information that is not only entertaining, but is valuable. So let's talk about emails that cut through the noise. Now, these things that I'm going to teach you today can also be used for DMs. They can be used for captions. They can be used for hand raising posts or call out scripts, whatever you want to use them for. So here's the framework, little cheat sheet. State the problem. 2, tell a short story or personal moment. And then 3, make a clear offer. Now, if you're not familiar with Dan Henry, he's a business coach, online serial entrepreneur. He teaches online marketing, basically. And he has a type of email called Money Tales. And he emails his list every day. I think that's a little too much, but these emails are funny and entertaining, and they're short, meaningless stories about him, his business, his life that transition into that clear offer of joining his membership. So if you're on my email list, you're getting some of these Money Tales emails. I only send one a week, maybe two if you're opted in to something. I don't want to be in somebody's email inbox every day. Let me know what your cadence of emails is in the chat. I'd love to know. Daily, weekly, monthly. And I'm going to tell you, if you're only emailing your list once a month, it's not enough. So let's talk about that. So here's an example of a short little story. Hey, you're not bad at business. You're just using a message that doesn't match your magic. I've helped over 100 founders reframe and resell the same thing with way better results. Want to try it with your offers? I'll walk you through it. Schedule below. Short, sweet, makes an offer, but tells a story. Also uses social proof. I've helped over 100 founders do the same. So by using that example, I'm following that video sales script kind of formula, right? So I want you to write a rough draft of what that would look like for you. You can use this at the beginning of videos. You can use it in the DMs. You can use it as an email. All kinds of things will work. But this following that video sales letter formula will make your emails more engaging. And listen, this is not a cut and paste solution. This is not a one size fits all thing. You have to be willing to experiment. You have to be willing to try again. Oh, that email didn't work. Let me try again. And I want to encourage that you can edit later. Start messy. Start with this idea that I'm just going to try something different. And that goes back to step 1, pattern interrupt yourself and start doing things differently. Hey, Denise, great to see you. All right, let's move on to section 4 of today's training. And of course, as always, any questions about anything I'm covering today, please drop in the comments. If you're catching the replay, put hashtag replay and let me know. Yes, Gordon, done is better than perfect. All right, let's talk about the energetics of your offer. I didn't realize how important this is. And, I've been working with Dr. Dorothy Martin Neville for the past 2 years every week on me, not my business, not my offer, not what I say, my own personal energy and how I show up. And the difference has been undeniable, not only in who I'm attracting, how much money I'm making, what I'm doing. I'm leaving on Wednesday for a 4-day conference with my AI mentor, Jonathan Mast. speaking on stage for over 6 hours, training the entire AI track of this conference. Why? Because I was in his mastermind group, because I was doing the work, because I worked on me and how I show up with other people. And that, my friends, is such a huge, huge, like needle mover, I want to call it, in your business. And here's what to do. Sales is not just about what you say. It's about the frequency and the vibration behind what you're saying. So if you're unsure, or you're scared, or you're apologetic, or you feel like you have to prove yourself to charge what you charge, the energetics of that is palpable. Other people will feel that. Has it ever happened to you? Let me know in the comments. Have you been with someone else, you're meeting them for the first time, and something feels off energetically? They're talking the right thing, but something feels off. I know for me, it looked like I was constantly proving myself, constantly trying to be of service and of value to people who didn't want my service or the value. And it came off as kind of know-it-all-ish. It came off as maybe I was trying too hard. I don't know. But behind that energy of trying to prove myself was an inadequacy feeling. And so if you have that, that has to be tackled first. And I argued about this all the way to the bank. The bank account was $60 in it back then. That made me feel like a loser. Loser. And I would go months and months and months without a new client. And the bank account would just go down and down and down and down. And then I'd get a new client and would go back up again. And I would feel better. And then I would land a couple more clients. And that cycle was just horrible on my energy level. So here's the questions you have to ask yourself and get really clear and get passionate. Do I believe my offer truly changes lives? Give me a yes in the comments. Do you believe your offer truly changes lives? Give me a yes in the comments if you do. Is your call to action on your website, on your social media, on all of your profiles? Is the call to action bold? Is it fearless? Is it unapologetic? Or is it softened out of fear, thinking that you'll attract more people? Yes, Sherry says yes. Denise says yes. Gordon says yes. Anita, yes. Awesome. Gordon, yes, yes. I've been through Gordon's program just for women, and it's absolutely incredible. Working with Denise right now through her program. And guess why? So I can help her understand the transformation that she delivers to women over 40. I'm going to help her be able to communicate that because I'm willing to do that journey with her. You need people like that in your corner. And full transparency, Denise is one of my dearest friends. And when I saw her struggling with her offer, I knew it wasn't the offer. I knew it was the messaging and the packaging. And experiencing her offer allows me to help her sell it, just like with Gordon, helping him sell it to men now. It's amazing. Yes, F it, no more fear. Yes, why? Why be afraid? Be afraid to help people? That's like really ridiculous, it sounds. So let's go there right now. What story are you telling yourself about what you deserve and what you charge? Yes, Gordon, fear so much of the time is a mask for your true desire. So if I'm afraid to charge $2,000 a month, or if I'm afraid to send out a $100,000 offer, It's actually my desire is to step into that. And now I send $100,000 proposals like they're nothing. But it was so scary in the beginning because it was actually what I wanted in my business. Anita, no more fear. Yes. So, what about your story is holding you back from where you deserve to be in your business? What are you really selling? What are you really selling? People only buy three things. And I'm going to repeat this again: more money, more time, or more sex. And by sex, I mean looking better, feeling better, being younger, being healthier. Okay. And if that's true, which I know it is from years of marketing research, I just dove into 100-year-old marketing guru, and it was unbelievable the teachings that he had for us that are so commonplace today, but they were designed 100 years ago. This stuff is not new. I want to shine a light on that, that marketing and video sales letters and the way you talk about what you do is not new. It was done hundreds of years ago as well. The medium has changed. That's it. So, what are you really selling? More money, more time, more sex. And who does it help your ideal client become? Who does it help them become? Let's know that by the end of this training today. All right. So now you've got the bones today of this high converting offer message. And it's up to you to put it together, to put the steps together. And don't worry, I'm going to put all the steps in the comments for you. But those 7 steps, let's go over them again. 1, pattern interrupt. 2, clear promise. 3, proof. 4, story. Then show your solution. Introduce your offer and your framework, and it better be unique. None of this cookie cutter, cut and paste stuff. Handle the objections, and then your call to action. Everything you do needs to be in that formula. And if you have the formula, you can have AI help you with what to say. And don't be afraid to use ChatGPT as your thinking partner on this. It's not scary. You can talk to it. Use voice mode to activate a conversation and use it as your thinking partner to come up with better messaging. And again, those hooks are really, really important. Be bold. I'm super passionate about this, as you can tell. Yeah, Denise, you're selling better sex. Yes, you are. And the beautiful part of feeling sexier as we get older, ladies, is that everything else happens because of that. When we feel good about ourselves, when we feel good in the clothes we wear and our stomach's not hanging over or they're too tight or they're too pinchy or whatever, that is a sexy feeling. And feeling sexy in your business, I think it's time for a little of that. Yes. How am I selling sex with my services? Tina, you're selling happiness. You're selling contentment. You're selling fulfillment instead of being stuck in that corporate grind. And when a woman is nurtured, fulfilled, content, excited, she looks better. She feels better. And ultimately, she's probably having more sex. The sex isn't that important. It's the feeling better that you're selling, the less stress, the more focused, right? And more time. Tina, you're selling more time to live a life of your choosing. 100%. Yes. Awesome. I don't think I can actually sell sex with your offer. No, you can't. But, I would argue that a feeling is so palpable when a woman feels good about herself, right? So here's your action steps for today. I want you to think about your video sales letter, your email, and your story. And this is really the foundation of making more sales. Gordon, I think you're the only man on. So, yes, sex is important. Not saying that, but in your offer, it's not that important. It's it's the sexiness of your offer. An offer becomes sexy when it makes you feel better about yourself. Period. All right, so your action steps today, which I'll put in the chat as well. Draft your VSL intro. That's that bold hook that we talked about. Create your magic lantern. Create that what are you shining a light on moment. Write and test a breakthrough style post or email. And again, that breakthrough post doesn't have to be long. It's one paragraph. Get people's attention. Nobody has time to read mile-long posts. And then if you're in the Expansion Lab members, we will have a Q&A on Friday at 4:00. I am on the road this week, so I'm looking for an Expansion Lab member to co-host the Q&A with me and co-host my networking event on Thursday. So let me know who's up for that. All right, so the most powerful sales system you will ever have is you, your energy, your thoughts, and the way you put that out into the world. And this isn't a script, it's not a funnel, it's the message that aligns fully with your truth and who you are and what you do. People love that. Do that. None of these other gimmicks or things that you see to get your message right or whatever actually work unless you have everything that I talked about today in place. Get your energy right and shit starts to change. All right. Glad you're here, Gordon. I appreciate a little male energy on the live today. All right. Drop your questions and comments in the chat. Let me know if you're catching the replay today, #replay, and I come back and check those questions. Also, if you're interested in the storytelling with AI workshop that's coming up next month, just drop story in the chat and you'll see it in the Facebook group, and you'll also get an email about it if you're on my list. Have an awesome Monday, everyone, and I'll talk to you soon.